So you guys have been begging me to play the Earth 2014 mod for Civ 5, and today we're going to do that as President Putin of Russia. Now Russia is in an awesome spot because they can do a lot of different things, but at the same time they don't have very many friends, as well as they always have to be concerned with NATO. Well, maybe I should say that nobody starts off with friends, but there is NATO, and that is, like I said in the intro, it's going to be a huge concern for us this entire game, because if I were to declare war on anybody like Germany, France, or England, even Canada or the USA, they will all join in at the same time. Now, that's not the case. It's not necessarily with the city-states, and that's how this mod is able to work, this 2014 mod. A lot of the countries in the world are considered city-states, and so I can technically go to war with, people like Poland, Italy, Spain, and I'd be okay. I guess for right now, if I go to war maybe later and they're friends, obviously, then, the allies then would join in. But anyways, I'm so glad you guys, suggested this mod for me. I'm so shocked that I haven't played this before because I'm in love with this whole thing. I am absolutely in love with this, and I'm just so happy that I'm finally playing this because this is going to be really, really fun. We're in a tough spot. We are in a tough spot, and just to kind of show you guys, I am playing on Emperor difficulty. I'm playing on Emperor difficulty just because I want it to go higher than that, but I don't want the game to end too soon. You can get a science victory, I believe, and I know that America is always probably very, very close. They are number one in the demographics according to the literacy demographics, and I'm just using the 2014 mod, by the way. So in terms of what I plan on doing with this series, I don't really plan on just winning the game. This is kind of one of those series where I don't want to win the game. I want to kind of, play a scenario. I want to play as Putin, and I want to do certain things. And I have a few goals set for myself. I guess if you're used to the EU4 campaigns, this is how I'm going to run this Civ 5 campaign. I mean, we might make it to a victory, or, it depends. It really depends. But I'm not really trying to rush for a space race or anything like that. I think I have one goal, and the goal is to at least take out America. That will be probably enough time. That'll probably take enough time to really, I don't know. That'll take a while, I'm thinking, or at least at the very least take out Washington's capital, or take out Capitol. I guess it's not technically Washington; it is Barack Obama, and we all have modern day leaders and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting. So immediately, let's just talk about our situation here, because we're not in the best situation ever as Russia. We have a huge army, which is kind of nice, right? But we're generating no gold. We're actually in a deficit, and we might start to bleed in to our literacy. And by the way, speaking of research, we should probably pick that now. Let's go ahead and open up the technology tree. Now, the way this mod works is that it slows down technology in the information era. So that is how we're going to do it. Technically, we have the ability to begin to build spaceship parts, but we're not going to do that. Again, this is kind of a scenario. I mean, I might at some point, but right now, I'm just worried about, I just want to expand. I want to be very expansive as Russia. So that's what I want to do. So I think I always love going for this nuclear fusion. So this mod adds all sorts of, I think new unique abilities, new unique units. It messes around with the tech tree here, as you can see. So I really love nuclear fusion because this fusion plant is going to offer us the building will offer us 100% production in the city that's built, but it will require some uranium. But as Russia, I'm still receiving strategic resources bonuses. So I believe I have 4 times as many, I think. Yes, and I have a bunch of nuclear missiles all around our empire, so that'll be good in the east, which is really, really important because if I do ever break, actually, you know what? We need to make sure that we have something going on right now because I thought I had one out here in the east, but I don't. Let's make sure that we do. Here's a nuclear missile. So this missile, its only job is going to stay there and to watch Alaska because, as you can see, Obama has all of his nukes, almost not all of them. He has a lot more than that, but America has a lot of their nukes stationed here in Alaska, so we need to be very careful. And if we accidentally, if either NATO declares war on us, which I don't think that they can declare war on us, I think we would have to declare war on one of their nations. And if we do so, then we need to send over a missile and try to eliminate all these I guess planes. Technically, they're all planes right away. And I'm wondering if that still works in this mod. I'm not 100%, but I think it will. And I don't know. I don't think the mod changes that aspect or that feature in the game. And I'm playing with North Korea and Israel. I wanted to do that because I wanted to have more opportunities for nukes to be dropped. So I'm going to try to stay away from going to war too soon. We're going to be very, very careful with going to war. I want to I want to take out, to be honest, I want to take out Poland first because I want access to Germany whenever we decide to declare war on NATO. I want to have, obviously a clear shot, and I don't know if Warsaw. I imagine that Poland is going to. I imagine that Poland at some point is going to ally to one of these nations in Europe, and I don't want that to happen. So I want to take out Poland really fast here. So let's go ahead and check what we have in terms of production. I'm not making very much money, as you can see, and I'm also really, really unhappy, but our policies will start to change that. So right now, number one priority is getting up as much cargo ships and caravans as we can. Now, As Russia, I need to focus on friends. I don't have very many friends, and that's how, if you're, it's hard to make friends if you're not in like Europe or North America. So a couple nations that I really want to be friendly towards. Geez, you have no production here. I guess a caravan would be good. We have 8 slots open for different trade routes. Let's make sure that we do that. So yeah, I guess we'll just build it in the first. Well, I don't want too many caravans. We'll build a few caravans, but I obviously want cargo ships too. I think caravans are a little bit safer. Come on. Okay, no. I'm not doing another one there. I do need to kind of keep an eye out on stock exchanges as well, just to kind of fix my economy. I have a huge army right now, so it's difficult to maintain the maintenance and all this stuff that's going on. Okay, so I guess a windmill, that'd be good. Extra production. Let's do that. Okay, and here we go. This will be a perfect city to build the cargo ship. Oh my gosh, 12 turns. Well, it's probably not going to be much better in this city, right? I imagine. Yeah, it's not going to be... Oh, it's going to be 10 turns there. Okay, you know what? We need a little bit more cargo ships. I don't think... Yeah, let's switch this up. You can build me an artillery. We have no artillery currently in the Russian Empire, or I guess we're not really an empire, right? This our Russian nation here. So I want a lot more. We have our unique units, which I've talked about, how everyone has their own unique units in this mod. We have the T-90 and the BMP-2. This is a very good, I believe it... What is this? A bomber? No, wait. No, I'm sorry. No, this is a tank. I thought I was looking at the airplanes. It's that 90 strength, and it can move pretty well, as you can see. Okay. So Moscow, what are we gonna do here? I obviously I want to build as many nuclear missiles as I can, but right now we don't really have the production to be able to do that. And I'm not trying to get into nuclear war early on. I want to expand slowly, and I want to get friends. And as I was saying, I think I got sidetracked a little bit there. Let's get a windmill going on. As I was saying, I'm trying to look for friends, and honestly, the best ones I could think of would be China would be an awesome friendship. North Korea, probably not. Probably not, because North Korea is small and they're in a really, really difficult spot. I don't think they're even going to survive. I think China's probably going to take out South Korea at some point. Someone's going to take out North Korea. I think North Korea might be a start to the friendship, because China and North Korea end up, usually tend on being friends. So maybe if I get in with North Korea first, and then maybe China will like me. I don't know. But China would be a good opportunity for a friendship. Maybe India. And then the final one, I think, would be Brazil. That would be interesting. Now, as Russia, we are considered autocracy. We are autocratic. So we are not a part of the massive amount of nations in this world that are following freedom. So we should look at the autocracy nations and probably gear ourselves towards that. Now, China, the only one that technically, yeah, you know what? None of those possible countries are following autocracy at the moment. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Russia, Turkey, Iran. And that's funny, because a lot in the Middle East, because I initially planned on attacking the Middle East. I kind of wanted to go down here, pick up a little bit more oil, pick up some uranium from Iran. That would be cool. Maybe going after Israel, Turkey, something like that, just to gain more strength and to gain more ports. I wanted more coastal cities. That's the only way we're going to be able to build up a big enough attack to go and completely take out the USA. Okay, so in terms of policies, we are given, I think, 5. I think we get to adopt 5 different policies here from the very beginning. So I can choose to go full honor. I can try to get a bit more. So as autocracy, if you remember, the level 3 tenant for autocracy is 50 turns. 50 turns, you get 25% extra combat strength. And I don't want to use that yet. We're going to save that level 3 policy, that level 3 tenant in the autocracy tree here for when we're ready to attack NATO, and when we're ready to attack the USA and stuff like that. So I'm going to save it, but let's see if we can get anything to help out the happiness situation. I'm sure there is. Police state wouldn't be bad, because... and again, I'm not 100% if courthouses are even involved in this build for this mod, but we'll see. Let's see. I think barracks and armories and military academy, that probably is the best to go with right now. Militarism. I guess, yeah, let's go for that one. Let's see where we're at. We're at negative 18 happiness. Let's check it. Let's check it out. Boom. Okay, so that's kind of fixed the happiness situation right away. Again, our cities are going to grow, so we might need to worry about that. Now, anything in the commerce tree here. Great merchants, I don't really want those, but then again, there are a lot of city-states in this map, so it would be interesting to try to get ourselves some allies. Mercenary army allows for purchasing. No, that's... No, you know what? We're probably not going to do anything with that. And, you know, even completing the honor tree is not going to offer us that much. It's going to allow us to get gold for every enemy unit killed, but I guess that might be good, actually. We don't have very much faith, so, you know, using faith to purchase great generals is not a very smart idea. Production when training melee units, we should probably do a little bit of honor. But let's check real quick, level 1. Level 1 autocracy bonuses. I think militaristic city-states, I mean, we don't really have the friends, though. We don't have the money, I mean, to get the friendly city-states and get those city-states to ally status. So I'm not sure exactly if I want to play that whole game. Spies, steal technologies, that might be an interesting one. We might want to do, I don't know. I feel like that's not the best. Again, there's just so much to do and so much to set up. I wouldn't be surprised if we barely get through turn 1 here. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's go warrior code for sure. I do want possibly a great general. And now we have to pick up some tenants. Okay. Let's go with... I'm thinking spy steal technologies twice the rate because I'm not focusing in on you know, science too. I'm sorry, I'm not going to focus in on my economy too much, which means I'm sure that the negative economy is going to dip into my science and my research. So this might help a lot. So let's go ahead and gear up some spies. Now, obviously, we have to send one to spy on Washington. We'll have to see about that. Probably all of NATO would be probably not a bad idea. I would say, but we'll see. Let's see here, Canada. No, I don't really care about Canada. Let's definitely send one in on Beijing. Let's do that. Although, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a friendship up with China, to be honest. Definitely on Germany, yes. Let's send it to Berlin. Let's send one spy to Berlin. What else do we have? India? Yeah, let's go to Delhi for now. Why not, right? And the final one, I guess we shall go to... Not really worried about Japan too much. I'm not really concerned. Wait a second. I did send one. I already have one in Beijing, so I guess we will go to... you know, the UK would be interesting. Yeah, let's make sure that we're spying on the UK. Because they'll be up in technology as well. So, let's see. Here we go. United Kingdom. Let's go into London, see what we got here. And bam. Okay, so there we go. Let's finish off some of the production. Let's go ahead and build a few more armories. Because we can. We can build a few more armories and barracks to boost up that happiness. We're pretty much good with the happiness situation. And again, I'm not going to jump into war too fast, although I kind of should with the city-state. My worry of jumping into war with the city-state really early on is that, ooh, here we go, my unique building. And here's my general that I can build. Okay, and then that's about it. Let's go to the next turn. So my big concern with declaring war on a city-state early, even though there are probably no, you know, allies up just yet, is that you know, I'm not exactly sure how the AI is going to take that type of aggression. Again, I think it's really, really important for me as Russia to keep my friendly options open, to keep Eastern Asia on my side, because I'm gonna really focus on trading with China as well as maybe Korea, maybe Japan. I don't know about Japan because I know they're in with the USA. If I were to declare war on Japan or South Korea, they will declare war on me, the USA, as well as, you know, whoever I declared war on. So I don't know if I really want to touch upon here, but China would be a great export. A great import and export of whatever it may be, science, research. I'm sorry, they're the same thing, gold and research and stuff like that. So I'm concerned that I don't want China to be too upset with me. I don't want India to be too upset with me, although I don't really have a safe trade route to India at the moment. So China is really kind of the only option of trading with. I guess Turkey could be good. I would say Turkey's good. Now, Turkey's not officially, I guess, in NATO, according to this mod, for some reason. I can declare war on Turkey and nothing would happen, so that's good, I guess. Keep you guys there. I upgraded a few. There we go. Here's my nuclear missile, and here's my other policy. That's what I thought. I thought I should get access to one more. So I can finish this off. Military units gain 50% more experience from combat. I actually like that because we are going to be going into a lot of wars. And, you know, the finishing tree, well, let's see. What's level 2 looking like? I don't really care about great generals moving faster. Yeah, you know, police state's probably the best. Let's try to grab that. And then, this is going to give us the opportunity whenever we need to, because I'm not sure exactly how fast we're going to get to our next social policy. We're doing 90 per turn, so 14 turns technically. So technically, if we're ready, which I seriously doubt we will be, we can grab that what was that thing called? That level 3 25% combat strength against when for the next 50 turns. So yeah, we can technically do that. We'll see. But I'm just keeping all my military units here for now, not trying to move anyone around because I'm not exactly sure who I want to declare war on just yet. It's only turn 1. So let's see. We are going to go with, I think, the fusion plant, definitely. Just getting that much extra production would be great. Increasing the amount of time, maybe we can, or decreasing the amount of time we can build nuclear missiles. So let's go ahead and do that, because everything else, I mean, I'm not really concerned with more food. This isn't that UAV, a modern recon and range units. 40% strength, 40 range strength, that's not good. That's not good at all. I don't know why that's... there must be something I'm missing there. And I'm not really worried about the stealth bomber either. So yeah, nuclear fusion sounds great. I have uranium, but I want more. So that's why I talked about maybe expanding into Iran here. Iran would be good. Obviously going after Saudi Arabia for the oil would be a good idea too. But we'll see. Make a proposal. Okay, so I get to propose something in the United Nations. So I have done a few test runs. I do want to kind of propose something that's not going to piss like half the world off here. I'd like to make everyone somewhat happy. Historical landmarks, I could go for that. Now, as Russia, I do have access to a few wonders, I believe. Let's just go ahead and double check on that, because even some city-states actually have access to some wonders. Oh, you know what? It's not even going to show it to us because you can't check on yourself. So I guess if we go to Moscow, we should be able to see. Yeah, wonders. We have the Kremlin, and then we have our palace. Okay, so it's just the Kremlin. I might be missing one around here. St. Petersburg doesn't have anything. Yeah, okay. I don't think we have anything else. I mean, I'm not worried about culture. A culture victory is really, really unlikely. As you saw when I brought up the cultural overview screen, nobody's influential with anybody. No one really has that much tourism either. France has some tourism, which is nice, but it's not that much, really. So I think we're going to be okay. I'm not worried about a cultural victory. I'm more concerned with the science victory, to be honest. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and enact that. Just on the sole purpose of making oh, wait a second. No, that says everyone would be angry. Oh, whoops. Well, I'm glad I didn't do that. Well, never mind. Very glad I didn't do that. So one very easy thing to do would be to go after the World's Fair, because it's just going to increase culture. Really doesn't do anything for anybody. Although... Are we trying to make... Well, I'm trying to make China happy. I'm trying to make India... Oh, you know what? Those are the nations I want to make happy. Besides America and Australia, the World's Fair would be a good idea. Although, let's just double check on if there isn't anything else. The international games, it's going to please the same amount of people, and it's actually going to increase tourism. I don't want that. Let's do World's Fair. I don't even know if I'm going to participate in the World's Fair, but I'm just trying to kind of get on the good side of everybody. And I'm not even going to check in on this. India's allied to Egypt, though. China's... Well, we can just check right here. So we have a few allies, Angola and China, Iran and Egypt. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's India and Egypt. And that is it for now. Italy and Peru as well. No, I'm sorry, France and Peru. I'm totally getting these flags just terribly messed up. Brazil and China and Chile. Jeez, what is wrong with me today? Oh my goodness. Okay, so good. So who are you trying to go to war with? This is India. Now I kind of have some general knowledge of the modern day leaders, so I do kind of dabble in global politics and world news. So this is the Indian leader. I don't want to go to war with India at the moment, but I'm glad that you came over to me and asked some things. That's pretty good. Maybe we should check on. Well, we can't check on who Warsaw is allied to. You know what we could do? Well, we don't have the money. Okay, well, America's happy with that. All the AIs are going to come up to me and start talking to me and stuff like that. We don't really have the money right now, which kind of sucks. But oh yeah, this is going to happen because we're Russia. People are pretty mad that we've been so expansive, even though we've been like this for what 200 years now, technically. No, I'm not trying to make anybody too upset. If I had the money, I'd love to ally myself with Poland. Now that would be really cool, and then I would have access to Germany and that front. Okay, you're trying to go to war with Argentina. I don't think so. UK, don't care about that. I'm looking for proximity wars, man. Proximity wars. No, don't want that one either. France. Let's not do that one. And, okay, so we have a few trade deals. You want to give me coal for gold. I'm not going to give any of my luxuries away. Only if, actually, this is Pakistan. I I have no interest in going to war with Pakistan at the moment. So I'll trade him all these luxuries to kind of fix the happiness while we wait for the cargo ships and the caravans to be built up. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's ask him for, what is this? Technically, the best deal would be 21 gold. Let's try to get this. Awesome. Okay, so we're in with Pakistan. Pakistan could be a good ally. I haven't talked about Pakistan too much. They do have the Manhattan Project built, and I think they have a few nukes, so that's good. Now, who is this? Okay, so yeah, I guess so. Here, I'll give you salt and sugar. As long as you're able to give me some gold back, that's all I want. I'm just trying to fix the economy for right now. You want to have some iron. How about that? Okay, well, you switched up that deal I saw. You switched up the gold, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm fine with giving you Tony Abbott here in Australia. I'm fine with that. Because I'm not trying to... My happiness is going to be fine. I've got enough buildings and enough things that we can build for now. I think I might stay out of war for the next, like, few turns. I'd like to build a few more units up. The Saudis are coming. They're happy that we're autocracy. Okay. And Israel. Turkey wants me to go to war with Israel. Okay. No, I'm okay. Nothing like that. I really need to focus in on who I want to declare war on first. There's just so much. Again, the ultimate goal is to take America. But we're nowhere in the situation where we can do that sort of thing. Iran also wants me to go to war with Israel. That's pretty funny. Are we going to get asked by everyone? South Korea is not happy. I'm sorry. Yes, I know I can go to war with Kiev, but I don't think that... oh, yes, Kim Jong-un. Not happy. Actually, Kiev would be a good city-state to go to war with first. It would give me access to the Black Sea, and yeah, I mean, the Crimea, I mean, that's kind of exactly... I'm thinking what real Putin was thinking back in 2014. And I'm playing with the 2014 mod because the 2015 mod really isn't up to par. It's not made by the same creator, I don't believe. So I'm playing with the 2014 mod, and this seems to be a little bit more stable and a little bit more... I don't know, bug-free, I think. So anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. We're probably going to go to war in the next episode. I'm thinking Kiev would be good. Even though I am on a pretty good relationship with them, I don't really want to waste my gold on that. I'm trying to, Kiev would be a great coastal city. And right now, Kiev is a cultured city-state. I don't need culture. I need military units if I'm going to want to take on NATO. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this series, please consider leaving a like. It helps out tremendously. And I will see you guys tomorrow.